Hello watch fans, Berthier Watches here. This isn't a watch. This isn't something we specialise in either, but there's no way that I wasn't going to buy it when I saw it. This is a Smith's Time of Trip clock, and this was fitted to various different aeroplanes from the mid to late 30s. This one is from 1954, and we can see that because it was issued to the British Army then. 54. Looks like it was serviced or regulated in 57 too. Now while we've got the back, a little slot here so you can adjust the movement, the timing, without dismantling the case. Inside you'll find a Lakuta movement, so Jaeger-LeCoultre clock movement, and this was fitted in 1954. There was two main planes that were launched by the RAF that year, first commissioned. One was the Hawker Hunter and the other was the Supermarine Swift jets. So amazing to think you've got a jet behind you but you're relying on a mechanical clock. So as well as a clock, this is a chronograph, hence time of trip, because you can stop and restart. You may be looking at pilots, see how long they've been flying, timing between refueling, leg times. There's all sorts of reasons you may want a chronograph. So it starts, stops and resets all on the right hand button. This button here is, you pull it out towards you to adjust the time, push it back in, and then to wind it, you wind it anti-clockwise, and it should go for 8 days. Apparently some of these were broken by pilots trying to wind them clockwise and it just won't work, but this one's all working. Now one of the reasons we've bought it is we've been asked more and more for desk clocks. We want an interesting desk clock. We're working from home more. It's not something that's going to be left in the office overnight. We want something at home that is horologically interesting, and what could be more interesting than a part of an aeroplane? Now these 4 holes in the casing were to mount there 2.5 inches apart, and they were standard fit so you could swap and move instruments around, and that is where Bell and Ross got their idea for their watch. Pure coincidence we happen to have both of these coming in around the same time. So what would you do with it? Well, in an ideal world you'd make an aluminium frame and put it on your desk. An alternative, and this is what these were used for when they became military surplus a few years after this, is that you would fit it to a sports car. And allegedly the 1958 Le Mans winner, Ferrari 250 Testarossa, had one of these fitted in the dashboard, which when you think about it is absolutely ideal. Or it will just balance. We've actually got half a watch case and it just happens to be a snug fit. And there you've got a clock. Level it up a little bit because it's only in there with a friction fit. That could be done, but we'd include this. I mean, it's only a cheap half of a watch case, but that can be included. So there are bits that you can do with it. I'd like to see an aluminium frame for it. I think that's where it's going to look best on either a desk or a mantelpiece. Very interesting item. Hasn't got a lot to do with Berthier watches, so if it's not for you, I'm sorry, we may have wasted your time, but I like it, so I buy what I like. Thanks for watching. Hopefully there's something there that you've learned, and this has been a learning experience for me too.